When I know about your what you do as a fabric consultant, and I like, oh wow, what does this mean?
They think it's just let's go to the market, buy some fabric, start an Instagram page, and then that's it. The sales, ching 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 ching.
Yeah,
the sales will start coming in, but
yeah.
that's really not how it works.
I feel your role is very interesting, especially what I know about you, that you deal with designers from all over the GCC.
She would go to Milan and take part in a trade show in Milan. Who would she be introduced to? The buyer of Galleries Lafayette, Dubai. Flew to Milan showroom to meet a UAE-based designer. Why? Why did he not just meet her in a trade show here in Dubai?
I'm so glad about this kind of support that you give to the designer, because this is where an area now most of them they struggle in the beginning.
It's always been about women empowerment. It's always been about supporting locals, supporting my friends, supporting people in my family.
This is about fun one. I always call it. Now we want to continue.
This is a fun segment for me.
We're done. Let's clap. You can remove the. Hello everyone, my name is Houda. I'm the founder of Saubi, Your Original Abaya. Welcome to my podcast in its first season, Houda's Majlis. This is a place where I meet women in business to share with us their stories. Today, my guest, she's a fabric consultant. She works with designers from all over the GCC. She and her team provides one-stop shop solutions to fashion brands right from fabric selection until they are able to produce their first collection to the market. Please welcome with me Dalal Bahrani, the co-founder of the Designer Hub. Hello Dalal.
Hi Houda.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Perfect. I would like to know, what is your story?
All right, so I'm Dalal Bahrani. I'm a pharmacist by degree.
No way!
Yes, I'm a pharmacist by degree, alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah.
But fabric runs through my blood, to be honest. For the past about 12 years, I've been working as a fabric consultant. But it runs through my blood. I'm part of the 5th generation, I'm proud to say, of a family business, family-owned fabric empire. That's been over 100 years now. So that's something I'm very proud to be part of.
So generation after generation, now we are, which generation?
5th generation, yeah. So I'm part of the 5th generation.
I think you mentioned it,
Yes, the 4th and 5th generation, we're still in the business, so we're very proud of that.
Do you anticipate the next generation?
Inshallah, yeah. We're working on it. Yes. We're not pushing, but we're working on it. Inshallah, yeah. We hope for that, definitely, for sure. Yeah. That's what I do in business and in life. It's all about fabrics. I enjoy fabrics. Like I said, it runs through my blood, morning till night. That's all we think about.
When did it start? You said you're a pharmacist as a background, but when this passion started for you?
So I think it's always been in me since I was young. Like I said, it literally does run through my blood.
When did you discover it?
When I was a little girl, going to the shops with my mom, always seeing the beautiful. My mom had really nice taste, mashallah. كانت احنا بنقول بالعراقي لباسة She always used to wear the nicest clothes.
Usually it starts, by the way.
Yes. And my dad used to buy things from Germany and from Europe, and she used to wear like the most exquisite pieces. So I was always, I think from a young age, appreciative of high quality, well-made pieces of clothing, from fabric to finishing, everything. So that's part of where it runs in my blood, other than having grandparents who were in the fabric industry. And then obviously, we're Iraqi, so you have to go to university. You have to be either a doctor, a dentist, an engineer, a pharmacist.
So you did not choose your major?
No, it's my father's a pharmacist, my brother, my sibling, everybody. So it's something that we needed to do. And I loved it, to be honest. I loved it. I grew up in that environment. Nice. So I finished my pharmacy degree, being in Dubai. We had lots of friends in the fashion industry, me and a couple of my friends, and we wanted to support that. Okay. So supporting that, we started to do exhibitions to kind of help to help our friends in the industry who were founders, who had their own startup businesses. We wanted to support that. So we started doing small...
And you were involved from that?
I was involved from in the planning phases. So in logistics of doing these small events, gatherings for women, and then where our friends can kind of showcase what they do. So we had friends who were bakers, we had friends who were doing abayas, we had friends who had chocolate businesses. So it was everything. So you
never practiced your pharmacy?
I never practiced. After getting my degree, I never practiced.
Do you
pharmacy.
feel it served you in any
of course way? Definitely in my personal life with my kids, you know, I always tell my kids it's important to have some kind of medical background, especially if you're a mom, because you never know when it will come in handy. But in my professional life, no, it's always been about women empowerment. It's always been about supporting local, supporting my friends, supporting people in my family. So we started that. We started doing these small exhibitions, and then one thing led to another. I started officially working as a fabric consultant with my husband in the family business. So it's just one thing led to another. Subhanallah, Allah always opens doors at the right time whenever you're ready. So I really believe that.
This is amazing. And I really like your story. Thank you for sharing it with us.
Thank you so much.
When I know about your what you do as a fabric consultant, and I like, oh wow, what does this mean? So to the audience who's like, doesn't know, so please tell us what does.
So the term is not a widely known term. And what is a fabric consultant? Absolutely. So my role in your journey, in any brand owner's journey, my role is to sit with you and to understand your brand identity, your visual identity, your target customer, your target price, all of these background details, and then I can sit with you and we can find and source the right fabric for your collection.
Right.
So it's not just about choosing pretty fabrics.
Yes.
It's about choosing the right fabric for that specific design for this collection.
I feel your role is very interesting. Especially what I know about you, that you deal with designers from all over the GCC
and the world.
So this is a pretty much a big role. When it comes, for you to deal with designers globally, I mean, locally, regionally, and globally, even the mindset, the culture, the type of designers that you deal with are different. How can you manage that?
That's why I think it's very important that first meeting when I sit with a brand owner. So I sit and we talk. Why did you start your brand? What are you working on? Where are you in your journey? It's important to get to know also who's behind the brand before working on the brand with them. You get to know their taste. You get to know who's their target audience. If they're targeting people in Europe, it's not the same as targeting people in the UAE or Qatar or Saudi. So you really need to kind of study with the brand owner these small details that people they don't really focus too much on sometimes. They think it's just, let's go to the market, buy some fabric, start an Instagram page, and then that's it. The sales, ching, 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 ching. The sales will start coming in, but that's really not how it works. There's a lot of education and there's a lot of planning before the brand actually starts.
This is also interesting, like the story you just mentioned about dealing with designers, especially when it comes, in fashion. You'll have so many of different lines each designer will want to do for their brand. So you'll have, for example, I said like abayas, different from hot evening wear, to children wear, to women wear, etc. Do you feel, how do you manage that with them?
I mean, at the end of the day, for example, I think it's for me, because we're a fabric manufacturer, so we're not just a normal supplier.
Okay.
We don't buy ready fabrics and then sell it to the end consumer. We don't sell it to Houda Thobi as a designer.
Oh.
We manufacture our own fabrics.
That can be specifically to the designer.
So, yes, so that helps a lot. Other than having a ready-made collection where people who do abayas, they do evening wear, they do children's wear, they do swimwear, they do modest swimwear.
Absolutely. Totally different fabric.
It's so many. So that's why it's important for us as a manufacturer that we have so many options. Where if you're coming in and then also a swimwear designer is coming in, or an athletic wear designer is coming in, or an evening wear, everybody will find something that they need. And if it's not there and they need to customize something as well, that's also something that we're able to do, because we've been in the business for so long, so over 100 years, like I mentioned. We do have really, really strong relationships with the mills. So the fabric mills themselves in China, in Korea, in Europe, in different places around the world. So we're able to manufacture our own things for the designer herself.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
So you have two types of production that you do for the fabric.
Yes.
That one can be specifically for a designer that looking for to produce certain line.
Yeah.
Or you will have the general fabric that you offer it.
Exactly,
as well.
the ready-made, and then where you as a designer working on collection, we sit down, we choose the right fabrics, and you pick it up the same day and start your collection.
Type. Now I have a question for you, which this is, come to my mind. And this is where I feel when you offer one-stop shop solution to the fashion brand.
Yes.
Because you have it all. Can you talk to us about the cycle?
Sure,
and then I want to ask you about the designer hub, because the creation of designer hub, came as
part of that. Yeah. So I feel like at the end of the day, there's so many fabric suppliers. The market, mashallah, in Dubai, it's the second largest market outside of China.
Amazing.
So there's so many options. So it's super competitive. Yeah. So how to, in such a competitive industry, differ yourself from everybody else? So I really feel that when you come into one of our showrooms and you sit with us and you understand, it's not just about selling you fabric. In Arabic we say مش بقالة يعني you're not coming to buy a kilo of tomatoes. We want to sit with you. We want to understand your brand. Yes. We want to help you succeed at the end. Because if you think about the circle of fashion, at the end of the day, me as a supplier, my success is dependent on your success.
Absolutely.
So as a fashion brand, if you succeed, at the end, I will succeed. Yeah. So I need to help complete this circle. It needs to be a full circle in order for everybody to make use. And then we really want to build this industry here in the GCC, let's say, because we don't have that mentality, unfortunately. It's always about who's better than who, and who has the better fabrics, and who has better abayas, and my prices are better than hers. No, we can all succeed. I think we just need to put hand in hand and complete the circle.
Absolutely. And also the brand of your fabric that you produce is called Yasser
and Mayasa fabrics. Yes.
This is where all the production that you offer to or provide to the market as well, and to the designer.
You mean like, do we supply fabrics to the market?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So we.
How does it work?
So we as a.
I'll tell you why I am saying that. I'll go a little bit back.
Okay.
When I started my business in 2017, this is when I got to know about Yasser and Mayasa in the apparel exhibition that takes place in every year.
Yes.
So from that time, I've been dealing also with Yasser and Mayasa. This is my
our pleasure, of course.
to know, like you amazing fabric, because I start also my part of my collection with Yasser and Mayasa at that time.
Yeah.
And until now, they are one of my suppliers for my brand.
That's our pleasure.
Yeah.
Really.
So I want to highlight on this. And this is part also of the cycle that you share with the designer in when you provide them the fabric. Exactly. Am I right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So as Yasser and Mayasa, as a fabric supplier, we're seeing people come into the showroom every single day, and we're meeting different brands. We're understanding their stories. Like I mentioned, we ask them about their business. And then along the way, we see there's so many speed bumps. So again, their success is my success. So I need to help find a solution for these speed bumps that they're facing. So because we've been in the industry for so long, I mean, in Dubai, we've been in Dubai we've had 2 showrooms for 23 years in Bar Dubai Textile Market and as well as Dubai Textile City. So meeting these designers that come in and tell you about the problems they're facing, we realize that because of the huge network we've created over the past 20 years, there is a solution to all these problems that they're facing. It's just a matter of guiding them in the right direction. So that's literally how the Designers Hub was founded.
Wow. Because I was going to ask you what is Designer Hub. I'm glad you mentioned it.
So it's important to mention it because of the full circle. So the one-stop shop that you're mentioning, that's literally what it is. It's about having a fabric supplier, a trusted fabric supplier.
So they sit with you. Let's take it step by step. Okay, let's break it. So now you have a fashion designer. Let's say, take an example. She wants to start her first collection.
Right.
You will, have a consultation with she or he will have a consultation with you to guide them and what the best fabric to be sourced for their collection.
Yes.
And this is the first part. And then you move from there for the designing part, for the stitching part, for their collection will see the light with you.
Exactly. So we'll take an example. So if somebody comes into the showroom just for a basic fabric consultation, and then we understand that it's a new brand. Amazing. We love working with new brands. I feel it's so refreshing. There's always new ideas when you're working with new brands. So we really, really enjoy working with startups and new brands. So when the new brand comes in and they tell us about what their brand is, what the goal of their brand, who their target audience is, and then we can guide them in different ways. So the Designers Hub is that one-stop shop. So
the final stage.
Until the final stage, we'll say it later. We'll say what the stage is.
So please take us through the steps.
So the Designers Hub is basically a platform or a safe space, a network, let's say, where you can get guidance, mentorship, fabric suppliers, garment manufacturers, pricing strategies, business consultations, design consultations, project manager, sampling, production, every single step of the way that a designer might be confused and not really know where to find, we can help with that. The end goal being is to buy more fabric, and to be successful and to buy more fabric.
Course,
so do you see this is
like
the cycle.
You said, their success is from your success.
Exactly. So if a new brand walks in, for example, and she tells me, okay, I'm starting a brand, how can you help me, Dalal? So we can start anywhere from, we have workshops. We do workshops about brand identity, designing a collection, how to make a cohesive collection, business strategies, pricing strategies, like I mentioned. So every single step of the behind the scenes before the launch.
Right.
So this identity of the brand is super, super important. And we feel like if you have that strong base of who your brand is, then it's like a launch pad for success.
Wow.
So that's super important for us, is that base. So all the workshops that we do are based on that. It's not about sketching and color combinations and the creative part of design. No, it's more about the business aspect. So we're focusing on the business aspect.
Nice.
once we do a couple of workshops or a couple of consultations, some brands, they need more guidance, so they need somebody to kind of hold their hand and guide them through the business. So one of the things we do offers also mentorship programs, for example, where we are with them every single step of the way in the decision making process of what's my next collection, when should I launch my next collection, what should it have, what should it be composed of. We do something. We are actually the first to do.
Yes, I'm waiting for you to mention
for this one. Okay.
Yes.
So we're the first. We're the first people to launch. The Designers Hub is the first to launch a fashion tour, a Dubai fashion tour. So it had never been done before, and it was actually. Subhanallah, a brainchild of one of the mentees, or one of the people who were taking the workshops with us. You know, they sat with me and Yasser, and they were saying, okay, so you taught us about brand identity, you taught us about visual identity, you taught us about how I should start my brand and how I should price my pieces, and I know where to buy fabrics because you're available, but now where do I produce? I want to produce my collection now. Where should I go? And then, so we said, okay, well, we'll give you a couple of numbers of some trusted garment manufacturers here in the UAE. No, I want you to put me on a bus with other designers and take us around from one factory to the next. I want to go in. I want to see how they work and everything. So it was literally a brainchild of one of the people that were with us in the workshop. She knows who she is. We say hi to her.
Dalal, wallah, I'll share something with you, because I get calls sometimes from different designers or just a startup, and because I have my own atelier and I do my own production, alhamdulillah, so they will be inquiring if we can do it for them, or if we know a place.
Yes.
To be honest, I don't, do this kind of service.
Yeah.
I don't know any place, to recommend to them.
Yeah.
So now, you're resolved by, creating the Designer Hub, resolve really a vital issue, I guess, to the designer, because like you said, do the design, create, and do all the steps, but then like
what's next?
Exactly.
So we launched the first manufacturing tour. It was about 3 years ago, so 2023, I believe, was the first tour. And we launched it. We said, okay, let's see, maybe a few people will be interested. We launched it on the website, and then, lo and behold, all of a sudden, we're fully booked, mashallah.
Mashallah.
And then we got overbooked. We didn't close the bookings, and we got overbooked. So we split it up into 2 different groups in the same week. Mashallah, we saw it was like a light bulb moment. People need this. For us, maybe it's something second nature because we know all the manufacturers. But if you're a new designer in the industry, how can you know? In Dubai itself, or in the UAE, let's say, there is an ocean of manufacturers. An ocean, mashallah, and you can't count how many there are.
But they don't know how to reach them.
And the question is not just reaching them. I mean, you can always Google. You can always Google, manufacturers in Dubai. Right. But the real trick is who is trusted.
Exactly. That's my point. Yes, I can reach them, but they will trust you to...
So the reason why we compiled a specific list of these manufacturers is because of the 20 years or 23 years that we've been in Dubai. We have brands constantly working with these garment manufacturers. So it's kind of, you see who is the ones that are people are sticking to him. And then you see the ones where people start to, no, they're not comfortable with him. And you hear feedback, or if a brand, if Houda's coming to me and she's saying, deliver my fabrics to so-and-so. And once, twice, 3 times we deliver. And then all of a sudden, Houda says, no, I changed. I would like you please to start delivering to another location. So me as a supplier, I'm saying, oh, Houda, why did you switch? You've been with this person for so many years. You're going to give me feedback, right? True. Or you could be, or I found a better place, or I had this so-and-so issue. So that's how you kind of understand who are the places that are really they feel it's important, customer service, and then quality also.
Of course,
so that's how we kind of compiled, and the list is always growing, mashallah. The list is growing. People are removed sometimes from the list, and we tell them, they know why they're removed. We explain to them, we give them chances. But at the end, it's all about customer service. It's all about making the designer happy and getting good quality garments out there. We want to make made in UAE look good. We want it to be high quality, from the fabrics to the stitching to the final product. It's really something that's important. If we're gonna tell people to buy local, we need to give them a reason to buy local. We need to give them high quality products. We don't want people to buy European brands or North American brands just because they're North American. At the end of the day, we have amazing manufacturers here. We have amazing talented designers here. We have amazing fabrics here.
Yes,
we have everything. But it's just about putting them all together and then creating something beautiful.
So I'm really glad, you mentioned that. And from my experience, I can see this is really something on demand. First of all, because there's always a new designers coming to the market, and it's the way you're putting it, to give them that support, make it really easy for them to focus on how to produce their first collection.
Of course.
And I know that can be a real struggle for them.
Oh, yeah.
Especially, when you want to start a business, there is so many things you need, to focus on. But of course, if you don't have your first collection, it will be difficult to start your business. I wanted to ask you actually, for the phases you just mentioned all, you work with all type of designers, like beginners
of course. Of course, at the end, everybody's journey is different. So if people discover that they want help from day one, honestly, amazing, because you can't be a designer and a creative director and an accountant and a social marketing manager, and you can't do all these things at one time. So if you need help, we're there for you. Whatever step, if you're at the beginning stages, we're there for you. If you have a brand and it's been 10 years and you realize you're stuck somewhere, and there's something not right. Is it my pricing? Is it my identity? Is it my target? Is it what is? Some people realize that a little bit a lot down the line. So we're also there. You don't need to be a new brand to come to the Designers Hub. You don't. We are happy to help in any stage of your journey. We have new brands. We have existing brands who've been in the market and they're, let's say mid-level. And then we have expert brands who've been in the market for a long time, but they're looking for that extra, extra level up.
Here, I want to ask about the trade show, if you can briefly mention to us, because this is the final stage, right?
This is,
and I want you to please to tell us a successful story for one of your
definitely.
Designers.
So once we've gone through the journey with designers, everything from supplying to manufacturing, social media, you have your bags, you have everything. There's a final step. And some people, they think that final step is, okay, let's start my Instagram and then put my hand on my cheek and wait for the sales to come in, right? But more than me that that's not how it works. It's not just this is a small part. Your Instagram is just like your brand's
awareness,
CV, brand awareness. So people kind of get to see who your brand is.
Yes, absolutely.
But again, we're all about fashion business. It's all about real business. So throughout our work and having our show, we have a showroom in Toronto as well, in Canada.
MashaAllah.
So throughout our work with our, throughout our work with a lot of our North American brands that we work with, about 10 years back, we started to realize there's a different way that people are doing business. It's not just about Instagram. It's not just about pop-ups, selling for a few days and then taking a month off and then or waiting for next Ramadan. I'll put out my next collection. No, there's a fashion calendar that's going on all around the world.
True.
And everybody's going by it except for our talented brands that are here based locally in the GCC.
Yes.
So we felt it was important to educate about that. Number one, first we educated ourselves, obviously. We understood, we worked with a lot of those brands who are within that fashion calendar and who are taking part in something called a B2B trade show.
Nice.
So this B2B trade show is basically a place, a showroom, where, for example, me as a brand, I would place my collection very simply on a nice rack, on a mannequin, and then I would be introduced to buyers from around the world. What's a buyer?
Which you arrange. The whole thing. The buyers. Because,
So in the world, that's what's happening. So Paris Fashion Week, London Fashion Week, Milan, Las Vegas, New York.
Oh, you're talking in general now.
I'm talking about in general.
Okay,
so this is something that's happening everywhere in the world, except for the GCC. Okay, so it's a fashion showroom or a B2B trade show. So the buyers come in, they have a look at the brands, new brands, existing brands, expert brands, different levels, and they decide which brand they would like to take on into their department store or their concept store or their online platform. So this is where real business happens, because me as a buyer, I come in and I buy the brand. So this concept, unfortunately, was not. Nobody was aware of it in the GCC. I'm not going to say only UAE. I'll say GCC. The buyers here from Dubai, from Saudi Arabia, from Qatar were flying all the way to London or all the way to Milan to get brands to bring into the stores where me and you buy from here in Dubai or in Saudi or in Qatar. But why? The question is why?
Exactly.
Why go bring European brands or American brands or Canadian brands when we have such talent here? Why not buy local talent? Why not put local talent into Galeries Lafayette and into Bloomingdale's and into Unas? So this concept wasn't here. I have a brand that we worked with in fabric that I wanted to mention. Before the success story was, she was a children's clothing brand. She's a UAE based children's clothing brand. Mashallah, amazing taste, beautiful collection, so elegant, so high end. She would go to Milan and take part in a trade show in Milan. Who would she be introduced to? The buyer of Galeries Lafayette Dubai. Flew to Milan showroom to meet a UAE based designer to put her in Galeries Lafayette Dubai. Why did he not just meet her in a trade show here in Dubai? So this is how the Brand Booster trade show started. We realized this is what's missing in that circle. That circle had that final little quarter was not complete. So the trade show is how that completed. So this is
amazing. Really, I'm so glad about this kind of support that you give to the designer, because this is where an area now most of them they struggle in the beginning,
and it works. It works. I know it's a new concept to a lot of brands, especially if you're a new brand, but the successes that we're seeing, alhamdulillah, mashallah, knock on wood, even if you're a new brand, your first collection, you've never done anything before, or it's possible and it's real. It's something that right now we're seeing the seeds are now growing the fruit, honestly. And the success story that I was telling you about is exactly an example of that.
Absolutely.
We had a beautiful, amazing, talented, elegant lady. She took another course a couple of months later, Business of Fashion. And then she took another workshop with us called Brand Booster Masterclasses, where we train them about, we educate them about trade shows. And then she completed the cycle and she started to take she took different programs with us that we offer at the Designers Hub. She created her first collection with us. She showcased her very first collection, fabrics from Yasser and Mayasa, of course. I have to mention that. She showcased her very first collection at our trade show last November, that took place last November. And now she is currently in process of being launched with her first collection on Unas.
Wow.
And they didn't just... Unas works different ways, so it's very difficult to be in Unas. It's not an easy feat for your very first collection to be showcased, inshallah, on Unas. This is honestly the dream for designers, along with other deals that she has. But I mean, always the first thing that comes to mind with online shopping is Unas.
How proud do you feel, to see such success for...
Honestly, she's an amazing woman. Very proud of her. Very proud of her. I'm proud to be a behind the scenes part of that. But honestly, if it wasn't for her consistency, if it wasn't هي الإصرار احنا نقول يعني لو مو هي الإصرار and she was determined to do this. Mashallah عليها. So we're so happy for her, and there's many other success stories, but this is just one, and I want her to be an example to anybody who's sitting there thinking, okay, I have a brand, or I want to start a brand, or okay, it's been 10 years, I have my brand, I didn't reach Unas. You have to kind of take a step back and think about how to move forward.
Thank you so much, because this is very inspiring.
My pleasure.
Inshallah. My dear Dalal, so I'm really enjoying our discussion. Now we are into our third segment.
Amazing.
This is about fun one, I always call it. Where we get to know you more. Okay, I'll ask you, say to you 2 words, and I just need you to select one of them.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay. And I have my glasses already with me. Let's start. Flowing fabric or stiff and thick fabric? Flowy.
Definitely.
Okay, nice. Subtle pastel colors or bold, bright colors?
Subtle pastel.
Yeah. Matte or glossy?
Matte.
Matte, yes. This tells us, about your personality, by the way.
Of course.
Natural fabrics or mixed blend?
Natural
Fabric, yeah. It's breathable. I know some people, they prefer it this way. Prints or textures?
Textures,
sure, yeah. Nice. Embroidery or fabric painting?
Interesting. Fabric painting is nice.
Yes, I guess, unique.
It's unique.
Yeah, I agree. Embroidery is there all the time, spicy food or sweet treats?
Spicy.
No
spicy,
way, really? But it depends how spicy. Walking or driving?
Walking. I do too much driving.
Nice. Do you do exercise?
Now it's too busy, but I used to do a lot of kickboxing. I love kickboxing. I absolutely love kickboxing. Yeah.
Please keep exercising.
Inshallah.
Okay, go back to this routine because it's important. A big friend circle or just close friends?
Oh, definitely close friends.
Close friends,
definitely.
Yeah, nice. Cafes or 5-star hotels?
Cafes,
yeah.
The quieter,
nice.
the
You
better.
like coffee?
The quieter, the better.
Yes, nicer. So we're done with this segment.
Oh, nice. Super nice.
Now we're going to move to the 4th segment, and this is going to be our last one.
Yalla, amazing. Excited.
My dear Dalal, since we done the fun segment, now we want to continue.
This is the fun segment for me. I think this is the fun segment.
As you can see,
we're
going to play a game with you.
Yes.
Since you are a fabric consultant, where we want you to close your eyes and then tell us, what kind of fabric you have.
I've been training for 12 years.
You're ready? Yalla, yalla. So we have some here from Thawbi, okay? And we have some here from Yasser and Mayasa.
Okay.
You're ready, my dear?
I'm ready.
So let me give you these first from, there you go. Can you tell what is this?
Okay, velvet for
Mashallah, absolutely right. Okay, and can you tell what is this one?
Feels like a linen.
Absolutely, very good. And can you tell what is this?
A natural fabric, maybe silk.
Yeah, perfect. You're amazing. And this is your last one?
Crepe.
Mashallah.
Yes.
Hey!
Thank you.
Now I move to this one.
Okay.
Can you tell me, feel this one?
So this is a crepe as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Absolutely. Nice, beautiful. Oh, I like this one. So can you tell me what kind of fabric is that?
This is also a cotton, 100% poplin.
Perfect. We're done. Let's clap. You can remove that.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was so fun.
Dalal. Dalal, what is your signature collab for us?
Well, I'm so excited, and it's my pleasure. Anybody from Thobi and Houda's side, so I would like to offer a discount on all our workshops and consultations. Anybody from your end will be getting a discount on those.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
This
so
is
mention the
beautiful.
discount in the caption.
Inshallah, yes, we really appreciate
It's my
it.
pleasure, really.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
My dear, now I want to dig more for to know more about you.
Okay, amazing.
Okay, and as an entrepreneur, all right, I would like to ask you to write one word that describe you the best.
Okay.
And please write it for us here.
Okay.
Let me give you the pen for that or the marker. And while you are writing the word, I'm going to explain what we will do with it. So this is going to go on abaya that we're going to be creating for our first season, the founder season. Can you say the word
Grounded.
and tell us why I like it? Why
Grounded.
you chose?
I feel it's super important for a female entrepreneur to be really grounded when they enter any workforce, wherever it is in any field. It's important to be grounded and to stay true to our roots. I feel it's very, very important to always remain intentional with everything we do.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Do you also talk to designers?
100%. We always tell them, stay true to you. Don't follow the trends. Be you, and then you'll see the success that will follow. So I feel like when we stay true to our Arab roots and our Islamic community in our roots, that's when really we can find success.
Wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, and I can't wait to see this, your word when we put it inshallah on the abaya. And my dear, as a gesture from us as well, as an honor for you, we're gonna name your name after one of our abayas.
Oh my God,
this
that's
is
amazing.
It's
my pleasure.
Habiba, thank you. So this is something we have for every abaya we create. It has a name for it, and I'm really happy because we don't have Dalal on.
Really?
Yes,
amazing.
So your name is gonna be there, inshallah.
Thank you so much. That's
you
my
are
pleasure,
welcome.
really. Thank
It's
you
my
so
pleasure
much.
also, wallah. And another thing, I would like you please to sign the mic for us.
The mug is anywhere.
I think here is a place to sign. Can I see it? Oh, very nice. Is this your
Simple,
signature?
yes.
Well, yeah, very nice. And my dear, I have a small gift here
That's so
for
sweet.
you as a voucher.
Thank you so
For
much.
abaya, you can visit any of our boutiques and select the design that you want.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. It was really my pleasure to be here.
Same here. And I want to thank you for coming today. And I wish you all the best for your business. Inshallah, for more and more of success.
Inshallah, Mama. Thank you, Suwa.
Thank you,
so
dear,
much,
for
Hamiti.
coming. Thank you. Everyone, I would like to say bye for you now. Stay with me with another guest. Bye-bye.